My next guest knows what it's like to face criticism for comedy. She's the creator of The Little Mosque on the Prairie, a Canadian TV show that pokes fun at the Muslim community.
Muslims around the world are known for their sense of humor.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Little Mosque.
That'll sound too weird for our Christian visitors.
I find these little cultural differences so interesting.
Okay, so maybe you get the idea. I wish I could have shown a little more of that because it was pretty funny. Zarka Nawaz joins us now. She's also the author of the book Laughing All the Way to the Mosque. Zarka, thank you for being with me this morning.
Oh, thanks for having me, Carol.
Why is your humor accepted and Charlie Hebdo's isn't?
Well, I would say when the show first came out, it wasn't accepted. There was a lot of shock and worry in the Muslim world. You know, the show came out in 2006, so this was before Twitter and Facebook. You know, my family was getting calls, phone calls from all over the world asking us not to put it on, that, you know, that what was I doing? Was I creating something that would, you know, show the Muslim world, show Islam with disrespect? After the show aired, the mosque got involved and, you know, called the CBC and asked them to take it off, and there was a petition to have me removed as a member of the community. So it was quite shocking to me because I consider myself someone who's practicing Islam, you know, practicing Muslim, who was showing Islam great deference within the show. So that outrage, you know, really surprised me, and it took me, as I wrote in my article, several years to figure out where that worry and anger was coming from. And it was because it was the first time it had ever been done in the Western world, and I had made a comedy about Muslims in a mosque, no less, and it had shocked people, and they needed time to get over that and to sort of just become desensitized to that fact. And some people just were mixing up the fact that I was making fun of Muslims, which was a lot different than making fun of Islam, because I wasn't, you know, intending to make fun of the prophets or to make fun of God. I didn't have, you know, issues with any of those subjects. I did have issues, however, with some of the sexism and extremism within the community, and those were the subjects I went after.
Okay, well, let me ask you about the cover of Charlie Hebdo. As we just mentioned, it shows the Prophet Muhammad wearing a white robe and a turban. He's shedding a tear, and he's holding up a sign saying, "Je suis Charlie, I am Charlie, and all is forgiven." What does that mean in your mind?
You know, I saw the image on Twitter. It's, you know, it's going around the world, and I thought actually it was quite respectful and done tastefully. So I wasn't offended. You know, at the same time, though, I do live in North America, and the situation for Muslims in North America is very different than the situation for Muslims in Europe. I mean, it's a radically different situation. I mean, you know, Canada and the United States, we are countries that are made up of immigrants. You know, we are part of a melting pot. Whereas in Europe, there's a lot more anti-immigrant sentiment. So you look at, say, the rates of education and employment of Muslims in North America, Canada, and the U.S., and they are at par with the wider community, whereas in Europe, you know, you're looking at up towards 40% unemployment with Muslim youth. You're looking at ghettoization and alienation. So we're looking at a very different atmosphere in Europe where Muslims are being raised than, say, here in Canada and the U.S.
Do you think that the magazine Charlie Hebdo realizes that and realizes their brand of satire might hit Muslims in a different way in France than it does in the United States?
You know, what's interesting to me is I compared it to when the cartoons came out in 2005. Do you remember the big Danish cartoon controversy, Carol? I mean, hundreds of Muslims died protesting that. There were embassies that got burned down. I mean, you know, Europe lost almost $1 billion in goods from boycotts because the Muslim world was so enraged. And now, 10 years later, the only Muslim that's died because of these cartoons is the Muslim police officer who was trying to protect their cartoonists. So you can see this radical change in 10 years from what happened then and what's happening now. And you're seeing, you know, the entire Muslim world coming in support of the cartoonist and saying this was wrong, killing these cartoonists was wrong, and we support, you know, freedom of free. You know, we may not like these cartoons, but we do not believe that they should have been killed because of them. And so you can see the incredible difference that's happened over 10 years. And what I remind people is that even in the U.S., if you remember 20 years ago, do you remember Sinead O'Connor took a picture of the Pope and ripped it on SNL Live? Do you remember that?
I do.
And there was incredible outrage. Yeah, do you remember the incredible outrage that the American public had? I mean, her career never recovered. 2 weeks later, when she was opening for Chris Christopherson, she was jeered off stage. And I doubt that Chris Christopherson had a huge Catholic following, right? Because there was a sense in America 20 years ago that you couldn't disrespect public figures in that way. But today, you know, you wouldn't get that response. So I think we also have to understand that sensitivities and people change over time, and you have to give people a chance to absorb those changes. And you can see the difference in the last 10 years that you've seen from 2005 to 2015 in the way the Muslim community is responding to those cartoons.
I understand.
I mean,
I want to ask you about a
demonstrations and saying
political.
support. Yeah.
I want to ask you about a political controversy that's happening here in the United States. The White House is refusing to call what happened in Paris an act of Islamic extremism. Listen to White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest when he's asked about labeling the attack radical Islam.
We have not chosen to use that label because it doesn't seem to accurately describe what had happened. We also don't want to be in a situation where we are legitimizing what we consider to be a completely illegitimate justification for this violence, this act of terrorism.
Zarka, does that make sense to you?
It does. I mean, Muslims are not, there was no call for vengeance against these cartoons in the Muslim world. Nobody was saying, you know, go out and kill them. I think, you know, this was a very political decision by a group in the Middle East that's trying to whip up, you know, sentiment among Muslims and trying to, this is very symbolic for them, right? So this was something that was done to provoke and trying to encourage Muslims to rise up against
the people who are perpetrating this are doing it in the name of religion. So why not call it what it is? Extremism.
Because the people who are religious are not buying it. They're like, been there, done that. We are not going to be provoked by the cartoons the way we were provoked 10 years ago. And they're overwhelmingly being peaceful and behaving peacefully. I mean, Muslims are coming out in France and asking French citizens not to leave for Israel, going, we wouldn't be the same country if you guys left. We want you to stay. We want a peaceful country. And you can see that. You can see overwhelming demonstrations of support from Muslims saying we want peace in our countries where we live and where we emigrate to.
But I think that some people might say it is clear that some extremist terrorists in the world are inspired by Islam, and that's just a fact. So why not call them what they are, Islamic extremists?
Because we never call the same type of incidents as, you know, Christian terrorism. When, you know, Anders Breivik killed 77 children in Norway, there wasn't this huge outcry of Christian terrorism. We didn't attach it to Christianity, and yet he did it in the name of Christianity because he was recognized for what he was, someone who was an extreme person. And so we differentiate for other religions, but we don't differentiate for Muslims. So it becomes like a double standard.
All right, I have to leave it there. Zarka Nawaz, thank you so much for your insight. I appreciate it.